You may be thinking, Rachel, why on earth do you have two of the exactly the same CD? Again, don't know, was a really weird child. Oh, and welcome back to my channel. Is one that has been very requested, which is the coolest thing in the entire world. I just want to start this off by saying, like, it is so cool that people are actually requesting videos from me, so thank you so much for doing that if you've done that. This is my entire Taylor Swift CD collection, updated for September 2024. I don't know when this will actually come out in terms of posting, but I recorded this September 2024, so obviously Taylor Swift is always just randomly releasing albums. There could be a new album released by the time I even post this. But the most oh my gosh, we've already got off on a rough start. So the most recent album we currently have as of time of recording is the Torture Poets Department. Now, I don't actually know the last time I recorded a CD collection, so we're just going to check this because people have asked so many times for this and I actually don't know what album we last had last time we did this, so let's have a look. Because, I mean, I don't actually think we had 1989 Taylor's version. I'm not even sure we had like, genuinely, I cannot remember last time I did this, so let's do it. Search on my little YouTube videos. Okay. Oh, okay, it actually wasn't that long ago. My updated CD collection was only 8 months ago. But to be fair, since then we got the Torture Poets Department, and there's a lot of Torture Poets Department, so, like, fair enough. But I definitely thought it was going to be longer than that, so that was a surprise. But I guess let's go. So we definitely did have 1989 Taylor's version then? Yeah, so this would have been like January, so we would have had 1989 Taylor's version. So the most recent stuff we have now is Torture Poets Department, but I've also got some other CDs in terms of like different ones as well. So not just Torture Poets, we've got ones from all the, well, not all the eras, but some of the eras, we've got some new ones as well. So let's go do some unboxing. Also, I didn't introduce myself. Hello, my name is Rachel. I do lots of Taylor Swift unboxing videos, Taylor Swift videos, Eras Tour vlogs, lots of Taylor Swift things and other travel, mental health, those sort of things as well. So if that sounds like it would be something that interests you, it would mean the absolute world to me if you could subscribe. Thank you so much. You don't have to, but no pressure. It would be really cool if you did. Okay, let's get started. I actually haven't organised this, so this is going to be the most chaotic thing ever. I have just done a little bit of organising to get them all into the different albums. So how we're going to kind of organise this is essentially we're going to be doing it by album, obviously, but in terms of like the Taylor's versions, we're going to include those with the stolen versions. So Red, Taylor's version will be classed as Taylor's fourth album, obviously, because it's still all one album, even though we've got the stolen version and Taylor's version. But obviously that means we're going to start off with debut. So in terms of debut, these are the debut CDs that I have. So you can see them here. I also do just want to say that some of these CDs, a lot of these CDs have a lot of cracks in because I had these when I was pretty young, so I didn't take as good care of them because I used to just like to take my Taylor CDs with me everywhere I went. I'm not really sure why I felt the need to do that, but I used to like to take them everywhere, ever. Every single time we went in the car, I was like, well, I need to take every single CD. Even when we weren't planning on playing those CDs, even if I had duplicates of them, I was like, I need to take them all with me, just at all times. I don't know either. But anyway, we're going to start off with debut. So in terms of debut, we have 4 copies, as you can see here. Let's hold them up so you can see them all. So we have 4 copies. Now these two are exactly the same. You may be thinking, Rachel, why on earth do you have 2 of the exactly the same CD? So the reason for this, and with a lot of like the earlier albums especially, is that I used to go in the car with my mum a lot. And basically my mum's car had a CD player in it, and she liked to keep a copy of Taylor's CDs in her car so she could listen to them. Whereas I always like to have a copy on me. Again, don't know, was a really weird child, and I like to have one like in my bedroom and stuff so I could see it and then take it everywhere with me. So that is why I have 2 copies of a lot of these ones that are exactly the same essentially. But I will still show you them because I know you want to see them. So this is just the normal version of debut. This is the UK version. So the UK version actually came out 2008, I believe, whereas in the US obviously it came out 2006. So because this is the UK version, it is slightly different in terms of the track list, I think, because we've got Taylor's on My Guitar pop version on it. I think the most different one in terms of the track list between the UK version and US version is Fearless, but we'll get into that. So this is what it looks like. It is the same cover, so this is the stolen version, so you've just got that picture of Taylor on the front, and then like the bluish greenish background, and it's got Taylor Swift on the front, because obviously when I refer to this as debut, its official title is not debut, its official title is Taylor Swift. So essentially it is a self-titled album, for those who are curious. So that is what it looks like on the front, and on the back there we have the track list. So the track list is Tim McGraw, Picture to Burn, Teardrops on My Guitar, A Place in This World, Cold as You, The Outside, Tied Together with a Smile, Stay Beautiful, Should Have Said No, Mary's Song, Oh My My My, Our Song, I'm Only Me When I'm With You, Invisible, A Perfectly Good Heart, and Teardrops on My Guitar pop version. What I'm absolutely obsessed with about this is that on the back of it, it has Taylor Swift's MySpace. So you can really tell it's an old one. Because it has MySpace, and obviously it is a Big Machines record one, because this is one of the like stolen versions, as they refer to them as. And they refer to those as the stolen versions because essentially the masters for Taylor's first 6 albums were sold along with Big Machine to Scooter. So that is what it looks like on the back. So one of my favourite parts of Taylor albums, if you've seen any of my like CD unboxings or me talk about CDs at all, I love it when you remove the CD from the CD case and you see what's behind that. Because a lot of people, like, especially nowadays, they don't have a CD player, so when they collect CDs, it is just for the sake of collecting CDs, so they don't remove that CD and they don't see what's behind it. Now what's behind it for this debut is actually a picture of Taylor that is the one that's on the deluxe version of Taylor Swift, so of a debut album, and it's just her like sat in water with a white dress on. Coincidentally, I'm also wearing a white dress. This was not on purpose. I also have I'm very much going for a debut look today, like the curly wavy kind of hair and the white dress. Yeah. So this is the CD for this one as well, for anyone who wants to see the CD. It's probably one of my least favourite like CDs of Taylor in terms of the actual like cover of the CD, because it's of her feet. And it's like a blue tinted image of her feet, and she's got a little heart drawn on her foot. Yeah. It's not my favourite. Should I go through the lyric booklets? I don't know if this video will be too long if I go through the lyric booklets, so I'm not going to go through the lyric booklets. I think the video will become too long. So we're not going to do it unless people really, really want it and they're like, Rachel, why didn't you do that? But I think I've done individual videos on them. But let me know in the future if you want to see like the lyric booklets and stuff. Then we have 2 copies of the deluxe version. So this is the 2010 re-release of the deluxe version. This is what it looks like. So on the deluxe version, in terms of extra things you've got 14 tracks. You've got all the same tracks as this version, but instead of Teardrops on My Guitar pop version, you've got Taylor's first phone call with Tim McGraw, and then the extra part of this is the video DVD. This has the Tim McGraw video on, the Yahoo Music performance and interview feature of Tim McGraw, Teardrops on My Guitar video, Teardrops on My Guitar video behind the scenes, Our Song video behind the scenes, and Taylor's home movie. So those are the extra tracks on this debut deluxe there. So you've got, and with some of Taylor's old albums, like they had a CD but then a video DVD as well. Obviously you wouldn't really get this nowadays because like DVDs aren't really as popular as they used to be. So that CD on the front is the exact same. It just says Taylor Swift Deluxe rather than just Taylor Swift there, but it's still that picture of her feet. And then we also have this. So this is the DVD. It's got that picture of Taylor there looking absolutely gorgeous. And this is the video DVD. So has the videos on. So that is this normal version. Now we actually bought this from Amazon years and years and years ago, and they told us it was the one with the holographic cover, and it wasn't the holographic cover, but now I have the holographic cover. After all these years of wanting the holographic cover, we have the holographic cover. So this is the 2007 version. So as you can see, it says Deluxe Limited Edition there. It's so gorgeous. And in terms of different things on here, they are actually different, the video DVDs on the 2 different ones. So this is the 2010 release, and then this is the 2007 release. So we've got Tim McGraw video, first grand Ole Opry performance of Tim McGraw, Yahoo Music performance and interview feature of Tim McGraw, Teardrops on My Guitar video, Teardrops on My Guitar video behind the scenes, Our Song video behind the scenes, GAC short cut series, A Place in This World, CMTs Unplugged at 330 sessions, video performance of Picture to Burn, and Taylor's home movie. So you do have some slightly different ones on here, but in terms of everything else, it's very, very similar. So you open this up. Oh, it is a broken one, obviously. It's me. If there's one thing about me and DVDs, like CD cases, they don't get on. What I need is just to buy them. I know every time I make a video like this, I'm like, I'll do it, and I never do it. So yeah, you can see the CDs there, and DVDs are exactly the same. But yes, one day, Rachel will buy those just plain CD cases. I've just not done it. I bought one set from Amazon. I bought one set, and then they were like, loads of them came cracked. So that was like, well, that's not helpful. And then they weren't like the right CD cases. So if anyone has the exact like right CD cases, please let me know, because I want to have like nice CD cases. So I don't have to explain to everyone that I was just a weird child who liked to break things, apparently. And then what was really interesting to me is I thought that the actual lyric booklet would have the holographic cover. Turns out it doesn't. It's this bit that has the holographic cover, and it's actually just the normal cover on the CD. So it's just the original cover, and then the different bit is this. So they've got this holographic bit, and I just, yeah. After all those years, I was very happy about it. But it's exciting, and that's why I like doing videos like this, because you get to see things that maybe you wouldn't know, say if you didn't collect CDs. Like, you wouldn't know that that was different. You wouldn't know that it was just a holographic thing. Maybe I'm just really boring. Yeah, but those are my copies of the debut, and for anyone curious, the deluxe versions, well, at least the 2010 deluxe version includes the original lyrics of Picture to Burn. Does this one include the original lyrics of Picture to Burn? Yes, this one also includes the original lyrics of Picture to Burn, for anyone curious, because everyone always asks. So my two deluxe versions include those lyrics, whereas my normal versions, because they are the 2008 re-releases for the UK, they do not include the original Picture to Burn lyrics. People always ask. People always ask. If you don't know what they are, Google them. Google them. They're very kind of well-known in the Taylor Swift community. So they are all my copies of debut, and we're gonna go next with these. So these kind of the EPs. So we got the Christmas one and then Beautiful Eyes. So then we have the holiday collection here. So this is the holiday collection. This was released 2009 on the back of it says, and the track list for this is Last Christmas, Christmas Is When You Were Mine, Santa Baby, Silent Night, Christmas Must Be Something More, and White Christmas. So we've got a mix of original and then also covers of Christmas songs. Now, so far, we don't know if we'll ever get a Taylor's version of this, but it would be so cool if we got a Taylor's version of this, because, like, it would just be cool. She could put Christmas Tree Farm on it. She could do more Christmas covers. It's what the people need. And, like, we need it. We need it. So this is the holiday collection. The pictures on this are just kind of from like the Teardrops on My Guitar video, so maybe if she did re-release this, it would be really cool to have like a Christmassy themed photo shoot. But I do really love this. It's cute, and very festive and Christmassy, obviously. And then we have Beautiful Eyes. So Beautiful Eyes went very viral on TikTok for some reason. Everyone just raves about Beautiful Eyes, the CD. I don't really class it as a rare Taylor CD because it was available for years and years. I actually got mine in 2013 from Walmart when we went to the US. So like it wasn't particularly a difficult find, but now people just absolutely rave about it. Now people ask, oh, have you got the vinyl of this? No, because the vinyl is actually a bootleg. You may have seen a vinyl, again, that went viral on TikTok. It's like this beautiful orange marble one. It is a bootleg, and personally I don't collect bootleg vinyl. I know some people do like to collect them, but I personally don't, so we don't have the like unofficial vinyl of this, but this is the official CD. So this is an official Taylor CD for people who are curious and aren't aware of it. It's an EP, and it looks like this. So you've got the audio CD, includes Beautiful Eyes, Should Have Said No alternate version, Teardrops on My Guitar acoustic version, Picture to Burn radio edit, I'm Only Me When I'm With You, and I Heart ? And you've also got a video DVD with this. As I said, some of them have video DVDs, which is so cool. We've got the Beautiful Eyes video, Picture to Burn video, I'm Only Me When I'm With You video, Tim McGraw video, Teardrops on My Guitar pop version video, Our Song video, Making a Picture to Burn video, GAC New Artist Special, and 2008 ACM Awards performance of Should Have Said No. Now, if you've never watched that 2008 ACM Award performance of Should Have Said No, that was a mouthful, you need to watch it. It is incredible. It's one of my favourite Taylor performances ever. Her Should Have Said No performances are so good. I'm obsessed. Watch it. And then on the back you've got taylorswift.com and MySpace, which again I'm obsessed with. I just love the fact it's got a MySpace on there. And then you open this up, you've got the video DVD. I put the video DVD on the front for some reason, but then you've also got the audio CD as well, and they're very similar. It's all very orange. It's not really like there's not really like a full proper like photo shoot for this in terms of like a normal album, because obviously it's an EP, so it is slightly different. But this is Beautiful Eyes. Then next up we have Fearless. So Fearless is the first one of these that we have a Taylor's version for as of time of recording. So I'm going to start off with the stolen versions. So in terms of stolen versions, these are the ones we have. I also have another one that I got from a charity shop, but honestly she's falling apart. She's not gonna last, so we're not going to include her in this, but she may have been in the last one. So we've got the international version, because obviously I live in the UK, so this is kind of the normal version that was in the UK. And then we also have the US version, platinum version, and we also have a Polish version. So we'll talk about that in a second, because some people won't be happy about this, but I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. So first up, this is the Fearless International version. So the track list on this is slightly different from the US version, because you've got some debut songs on there, because obviously debut was kind of released later in the UK and stuff. So they kind of wanted to promote some of those debut tracks that were very popular. So you've got Our Song, Teardrops on My Guitar, and Should Have Said No on these. So you may see some like UK Swifties be like, oh yeah, Our Song, Should Have Said No, and Teardrops on My Guitar are Fearless songs, because it's included on this version of Fearless. So it looks like this. I personally prefer the US cover of, oh, oopsie daisy. I personally prefer the US cover of Fearless. I think it matches the theme of the album more. This one's a bit darker. The whole theme of this album is darker, including the CD. It's just got like a darker tint to the hand heart that is on the CD. I definitely love this CD though. I love the hand heart. It's really cute, but I definitely prefer the US version just because of like, it's brighter. And you're wondering what has just fallen out of this? It's this little slip here, and it's to get Taylor Swift on your mobile. So it was so you could text a certain number to get ringtones, because you know it was 2008 that was a thing back then. So I'll just pop her back in there, because you know we love a Taylor Swift memento. That is the Fearless International version, and I'm just gonna they're exactly the same again, same thing with the car situation. Then we've got the Fearless US version. So this is what the Fearless US version looks like. I just prefer this cover. It's very much what you think of. I think when you think of Fearless, you think of this cover in terms of the stolen version. I love it. It's so cute. And in terms of what's different on here is you don't have those last three songs, Our Song, Tears on My Guitar, and Should Have Said No, but you do have enhanced content, including the Love Story music video and the Change music video on here. And it also, as well, it has the MySpace, and it's also and it looks like that. So open this up, and for people wondering where I got this from like Walmart or Target, like again when I went to like Florida. Went to Florida in like 2013. So as you can see, I think you guys are broken. But I definitely prefer the CD for this one because it's just brighter. Like Fearless is yellow as an album rather than brown. So it is really nice to kind of see how bright this version is. And I mean, we love the hand heart. What can I say? I'm a hand heart lover. So I definitely preferred this version. Now, as well as these versions, you've also got the platinum version. So the platinum version includes extra songs in it, and all these extra songs are also on Taylor's version. So this is Fearless Platinum Edition. It's pretty easy to find, to be honest, if you are looking for it. And then it's got this, so you've got an audio CD on this and also a video DVD. So Fearless Platinum Edition, in terms of the cover, is exactly the same, but instead of having a white background behind Taylor there, you've got a black background. So it is the more similar to the US version. So what is on this in terms of the audio CD is Jump Then Fall, Untouchable, Forever and Always piano version, Coming with the Rain, Superstar, The Other Side of the Door, and then it's got the other Fearless tracks on it as well. On the video DVD, you've got the music videos for Change, The Best Day, Love Story, White Horse, and You Belong With Me. You've got on the set behind the scenes for these music videos of Love Story, White Horse, and You Belong With Me. And then additional platinum content, you've got the Fearless Tour 2009 photo gallery, Fearless Tour 2009 first show behind the scenes, and the CMT Awards performance of Thug Story featuring T-Pain. So that is those. And last but not least, the stolen versions. So I am a supporter of Taylor's version, and I have to stress this, I will only ever stream Taylor's version, and the albums I tend to buy now are all Taylor's versions. I haven't actually bought the stolen version of Red or Fearless on vinyl, because when I first started collecting vinyl was when Taylor's version came out. However, I went to Poland recently. I went to Poland with my friends for the Eras tour, Warsaw. It was the most incredible thing ever. Poland was so lovely. And we went to the shop, and they had Taylor's original album stuff. They had like all of Taylor's albums, but for 3 of them in the shop, they had the Polish version. And because we were going to Poland for the Eras tour, like, it was my friend and I, like, first trip away together, like our first time seeing the Eras tour together as friends and stuff. Like, I really wanted a Memento, and obviously I collect CDs, so I decided to purchase this. It was really, really cheap, so it was 46, is it zloty? Yeah, 46 Polish zloty, so it was around-ish £10, I think. So it was really cheap, and because it's got all the Polish stuff on the outside, I was like, you know what, no, I really, really need this to add to my collection, and also as a memento of the trip. I understand some people will disagree with me doing this, but I've also supported Taylor's version so much. I have multiple versions of Taylor's version and stuff. I do support Taylor's version, but I wanted a memento from this trip. I also have another two, because I got the ones that all have the Polish outside bit on, again, to add to my collection as a memento on the trip. I know people won't agree with this, I know, but it would be better than me lying and said I got it off eBay. I'm telling you all the truth. So at least I'm honest. But yeah, I really, really wanted it as a memento. I understand people's issue, but yeah. Anyway, this is what I got. I've not opened it yet. I might do an unboxing, but this is what it looks like. I've still got the sticker on the outside for how much it cost. And as I said, it's the international version, so it's got the Our Song, Teardrops on My Guitar. I should have said no. And they are all the stolen versions I have of Fearless. But fear not, I also have Taylor's version. So I do have Taylor's version. I've got two of Taylor's versions. Now, in terms of this, there wasn't really much variation between the CDs. Like with obviously 9810 Taylor's version, there was multiple CDs, which was amazing. But Fearless was the first of Taylor's re-recordings. This was the first Taylor's version. We didn't really get a full album photo shoot. I think we got like 3 photos from this album photo shoot, and it kind of looked like outtakes from the Evermore photo shoot. Like it looked like it was done at the same time and then just put a filter on it. So personally, it's not my favourite of the Taylor album photo shoots for a Taylor's version or for an album in general, but we do still love it, and we do still stream Taylor's version in this house, obviously. So these are the two that I've got. So we've got just this normal version here that I think I got from like HMV, maybe on like release day, and then I also got the signed version, and I got the signed version from Taylor's online store. So this is what it looks like. You also have a lot of tracks on this, so I'll go through the tracks in a second. So you've got the lyric booklet there, and the lyric booklet just includes tour photos from the Fearless tour. So you've got on the front cover of the CD, so the first CD, you've got the same as the album cover, so Taylor looking to the side with like this gold filter on, and then the other one, you've got a hand heart, which I think is really cute and a nice throwback to the original version of Fearless. And that's what I love about some of these Taylor's versions, is just the throwbacks to the originals. It's very much kind of, I love it. So yeah, then we've got that. And the reason why there are 2 CDs in this, because they are both CDs, there are no DVDs in this, is because there are so many tracks. Are you all ready for this? We've got 27 tracks to read. Okay. Fearless, and I'm not going to say Taylor's version after all of these, but they are all Taylor's version. Fearless 15, Love Story, Hey Stephen, White Horse, You Belong With Me, Breathe, Tell Me Why, You're Not Sorry, The Way I Loved You, Forever and Always, The Best Day, Change. Then we've got the Platinum version songs, so you've got Jump Then Fall, Untouchable, Forever and Always piano version, Coming With the Rain, Superstar, The Other Side of the Door, Today Was a Fairy Tale, You All Over Me featuring Maren Morris, Mr. Perfectly Fine, We Were Happy, That's When featuring Keith Urban, Don't You, and Bye Bye Baby. And the bonus track, we have Love Story, the Elvira remix. There you go. So they are all 27 tracks on there. Now I will admit the track list is really difficult to read on this. I find the track list really difficult to read on some of the Taylor's versions because there are so many tracks to fit in such a small space. So they do make it quite difficult to read. But I think I said them all. But if I didn't say them all, that's because it's hard to read. But they are all my versions of Fearless. Here are all of my copies of Speak Now. So we've got the stolen versions and we've also got Taylor's version. So let's start off with the stolen versions. So we have the same situation here where we have 2 of the exact same because I like to have a copy, my mum liked to have a copy, but we do love Speak Now. So the track list for this is Mine, Sparks Fly, Back to December, Speak Now, Dear John, Mean, The Story of Us, Never Grow Up, Enchanted, Better Than Revenge, Innocent, Haunted, Last Kiss, and Long Live. So that is just the normal version. Then we also have the deluxe version. So fun fact, I ordered just like the normal kind of deluxe version from Amazon years and years ago, and they sent me the South American version. So I mean, it's a really nice thing to have in my collection. Eventually I'll just get like the normal one so it doesn't have like the border, but I mean, we love South America here. We love the South American version. It is a really nice kind of part to my collection, but I definitely want just the one without the border as well because I'm weird. But we've not got though. It's not an essential bit yet, so eventually we'll get round to it. But this is the deluxe version. Other than the cover and like the border, it is exactly the same. So you've got all of the same 14 tracks up to Mine to Long Live. Then the deluxe content includes Ours, If This Was a Movie, Superman, Back to December Acoustic, Haunted Acoustic, Mine US version, Back to December US version, and The Story of Us US version. You've also got videos on their set behind the scenes of the Mine music video and the Mine music video. Now, you may be thinking, a lot of these tracks actually aren't on Speak Now Taylor's version, and that is true. So the reason why, if this was a movie, it was not on Taylor's version is because it is not completely self-written, whereas Taylor wanted all of Speak Now Taylor's version to be self-written. So unfortunately, it is now classed as a Fearless Taylor's version song. It was released just before she started the Eras tour alongside with All of the Girls You Loved Before and Safe and Sound and Eyes Open, Taylor's version. But if this was a movie, it was originally a Speak Now song, and I stand by the fact it is a Speak Now song. It's not, I'm sorry, it's not a Fearless song, it's a Speak Now song. And then in terms of why the acoustic versions didn't make it onto Taylor's version, but like State of Grace acoustic version did, the reason for that is because the vocals and these acoustic versions are the exact same. The only difference is the backing vocals. So the acoustic version or US version, the backing track is different, but the vocals are exactly the same. So essentially, rather than just kind of waste space on essentially what is a remix almost, she has extra kind of vault tracks on there. But yeah, she doesn't have these US versions or acoustic versions because the vocals are all exactly the same on it. Fun fact if anyone was curious. But obviously we do have Ours and Superman on Taylor's version, and we love Ours and Superman. So Ours obviously was originally on Speak Now Deluxe, but the reason why it was made a single, not signal, the reason why Ours was actually made a single, oh my gosh, the reason why Ours was made a single even though it was on the deluxe version was because fans loved it so much, they begged Taylor to release it as a single, and she did. So that is why Ours is kind of always sort of a special song. And then we have the Speak Now, then we also have the Polish version of Speak Now. I've already discussed the reasonings by why I have the Polish versions of these CDs and the stolen versions and stuff. Obviously people are free to have their own opinions and stuff, but I have my own opinion and I decided to make the conscious choice to purchase this because I really, really wanted it and it's a nice memento. But yeah, this is the Polish version and it's just got that different kind of border, similar to the South American version where it's got the different border as well, which is really cool. And then we have the live versions. So we have Speak Now Live. If you didn't know, the Speak Now World Tour was filmed. So it was filmed a few shows across the US and it's put into one kind of DVD. There is a DVD version of it if you are looking for the DVD version, but the CDs themselves also include the DVD version as well. So this is just the normal one, and then we also have the deluxe Target version as well. So the normal one includes on the DVD, Sparks Fly, Mine, The Story of Us, Our Song, Mean, Back to December, mashed up with Apologise and You're Not Sorry, Better Than Revenge, Speak Now, Fearless mashed up with I'm Yours and Hey Soul Sister, Last Kiss, Drops of Jupiter, You Belong With Me, Dear John, Enchanted, Haunted, Long Live, 15, Love Story, and then bonus video content. You've got home movies and rehearsals of the Speak Now World Tour. That's on the DVD section, but it's also got a CD as well. So if you buy the CD one, you've got Sparks Fly, Mine, The Story of Us, Mean, Ours, Back to December, mashed up with Apologise, You're Not Sorry, Better Than Revenge, Speak Now, Last Kiss, Drops of Jupiter, Betty Davis Eyes, I Want You Back, Dear John, Enchanted, Haunted, and Long Live. So they are all of the DVD versions and CD versions that are on this lovely, lovely Speak Now World Tour Live. We also then have the deluxe version, which is slightly different. So this was a Target exclusive, so it includes bonus performances of Ours, Nashville, and Sweet Escape on the DVD. It doesn't include anything additional on the CD, and it's also got behind the scenes of the Mean music video. So this is that. It also, I've not opened this, I'll eventually do an unboxing. The cover is actually embossed. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, just because obviously it's still kind of sealed, but the cover, the Taylor is embossed on it, which is so cool and just makes a nice little addition to it. But yeah, the CD, everything on that is exactly the same. It's only those additional things, and obviously the cover is slightly different as well. So that is Speak Now Live. And last but not least, because we love Taylor's version in this house. Now unfortunately Taylor didn't release signed versions of Speak Now Taylor's version, and she only released one cover of Speak Now Taylor's version, no different versions in terms of the CDs. So for the CD I only have one, just the normal jewel case CD. So that is what it looks like. It is still really gorgeous. I wish she'd done different covers because there were so many pictures from the Speak Now Taylor's version photo shoot compared to like the Fearless Taylor's version photo shoot. So I'm a little bit sad that she didn't do different covers because that would have been cute, like 1989 Taylor's version. There are actually different variants on vinyl, but for some reason they all have the same cover. It definitely would have been really nice to have different covers. It would have been nice maybe, as well as the purple version, to also have a red version like she did with the original version of Speak Now, where the deluxe version had a red cover. That would have been really cool, especially on vinyl. Maybe they could have had an extra track on it for the thing. That would have been really, really cool. But obviously I do still really love it. The Speak Now Taylor's version cover is just so beautiful. And then I also have the Japanese version as well. So this is a CD. I know it's kind of like in the shape of a vinyl, like a 7-inch, but it is very much a CD. I've done a full video unboxing this if you want to check it out. That would be so cool. But it is a CD. It looks like this. and it's just so gorgeous. We love the Japanese versions. They just do such a good job. They come with little additional bits as well. So they've got the poster, it's just much bigger, and they also have little guitar picks in there as well. So I definitely want to go visit Japan one day to get like all of the different ones, because there are just so many different versions of it. So one day I will visit Japan just to do this, and obviously explore it as well, because I would just love to go to Japan. And the track list on Speak Now, the deluxe version, you've got all of the normal versions up to Long Live, you've then got Ours and Superman, and then from the vault, you've got Electric Touch featuring Fall Out Boy, you've got When Emma Falls in Love, I Can See You, Castles Crumbling featuring Hayley Williams, Foolish One, and Timeless. So there are 22 tracks on there. And then we have all of my copies of Red. Red will forever have a special place in my heart. It's kind of like, it's the first tour I ever saw Taylor on. First time I ever saw Taylor was during the Red era, so I saw her at the Capitol Summertime Ball in 2013. We were in the very back row of Wembley Stadium, and it was just the most beautiful thing ever. Couldn't see Taylor, could hardly see her on stage, but I cried throughout her whole performance. It was really incredible. So for that reason, Red will always have such a special place in my heart. So first we've got the stolen versions. So we just have the normal version of the stolen version. So again, those two different ones, because my mum had a copy, I had a copy, I'm weird. And then we also have the Polish version as well, the same reason as the other ones. And this was only about £5 in like UK money. So this one was a really good buy. And it's just got that like Polish little outside bit, and it's just such a nice memento for my trip. And this has one of my favourite bits of like behind the CD. So you've got the red CD there, and behind the red CD you've got this picture of Taylor like waving, saying thank you. It is my favourite of any of Taylor's albums, like bit behind the CD. And if you know, you'll know I love the bit behind the CD, so it is a very high, just love the fact that I just love that so much. It's just my favourite one. So yeah, they are the normal version, and then we've also got the deluxe version as well. Oh yeah, I didn't read the tracks out. Oopsies. So we've got State of Grace, Red, Treacherous, I Knew a Trouble, All Too Well, 22, I Almost Do, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, Stay, 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 The Last Time featuring Gary Lightbody of Snow Patrol, Holy Ground, Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, The Lucky One, Everything Has Changed featuring Ed Sheeran, Starlight, and Begin Again. And then for the deluxe version, which is here, they have a few more tracks. So you've got all of those first 16 tracks, then you've got The Moment I Knew, Come Back Be Here, Girl at Home, Treacherous Original Demo Recording, Red Original Demo Recording, and State of Grace acoustic version. The reason why we don't have those original version recordings on Taylor's version is because obviously these are the original demos, so that you couldn't really have like the demos on Taylor's version. It wouldn't really make sense. So that is Red Deluxe, and obviously because there are extra tracks on this, you've got 2 CDs. So you've got that first one, which is exactly the same, and then the deluxe tracks come on this CD, which is just like the same as the red one with the stripes, but it's just darker. And then we have Red Taylor's version. I love Red Taylor's version. It's probably one of my favourite Taylor albums. It's just so beautiful. I will forever just be obsessed with Red in general, and the fact that I never thought anything could improve the red cover, and then she released this cover and it's like the best Taylor cover ever, like with the red ring. It's just so beautiful. So you've just got the normal version there, and then we have 2 signed versions as well, and these were bought from Taylor's online store. Some very lucky people actually got handwritten lyrics on their signed versions. There were only a handful of these worldwide. The last time I saw one, it resold for about $4,500, so I don't think I'll be getting one of those anytime soon, but I would absolutely have loved like handwritten lyrics from Taylor. Then this is just what the version looks like, the Taylor's version. So you've got some pictures from the Red Tour, which is obviously very small. Don't worry, she's okay. We've got some pictures from the Red Tour, which is very special to me because again, I love it. And also on the back, you've got a little like throwback to the original version of Red. So you've got this picture of Taylor singing All Too Well at the Red Tour, and it says that thank you behind the CD. So I really love that attention to detail, having that thank you. I still prefer the original version of Red in terms of that little bit behind the CD, but this one is still really cute. Now the track list for this is really hard to read. So you've got all of the normal tracks from Red. You've then got the deluxe tracks. So you've got The Moment I Knew, Come Back Be Here, A Girl at Home. You've then got State of Grace acoustic version, and I explained why we have the acoustic version of this and not of the ones of Speak Now. You've got Ronan, Better Man, Nothing New featuring Phoebe Bridgers, Babe, Message in a Bottle, I Bet You Think About Me featuring Chris Stapleton, Forever Winter, Run featuring Ed Sheeran, The Very First Night, and All Too Well, the 10-minute version. I think I got all of those. I don't think I'm missing any. But it's so difficult to read the back of that red track. I mean, you can't even see now because of the light, but like, they didn't make that one easy. If you thought the Fearless Taylor's version track list was hard to read, this one's even harder. But other than that, I do really love Red Taylor's version. She will always have a special place in my heart, Red. And then last but not least, we also have a CD single. So if you didn't know, Taylor used to release kind of CD singles, like a lot of them in this kind of format rather than a jewel case. And then this is what this one looks like. So yep, they were numbered. So this is number 1495, and it is the CD single for I Knew You Were Trouble. And she's still sealed. One day we will unbox her, but she's okay. I know a lot of people are worried because it's shrink wrapped and it could damage the corners, but honestly, it's not actually damaged the corners, and I've had this for like 11 years maybe now. So she's doing all right, but one day she'll be unboxed. But this is what she currently looks like. And they are all of my versions of Red and Red Taylor's version. So then we have all of my copies of 1989. So 1989 will forever have a special place in my heart, maybe even more so than Red. The 1989 era, the original 1989 era, Taylor noticed me many times on Instagram and Tumblr, which I'm so lucky for. She followed my Tumblr. And then obviously, you know, the little matter of I did meet her and stuff, which is still the coolest thing ever, and I'm so grateful for Taylor and Taylor's team, Taylor Nation and everything, for inviting me to meet Taylor, and Taylor sharing a picture of a camera roll and me being on it. Honestly, the whole thing about 1989 just doesn't feel real looking back. I know it's been like 10 years, and I'm just like, oh, that happened. That was a thing that happened. Okay. And I still can't fully grasp it. So yeah, it's just such a beautiful era for me. It's very special. So we'll start off with the stolen version. So we have, some of them are still in the nice little case and they actually look very neat. These are the ones that I didn't take with me everywhere ever. So there are 13 tracks on the original version of 1989, and I love this cover so much. I loved the Polaroids. They all came with the Polaroids back then. They were so cute. They were just so fantastic. Honestly, this was just such a fantastic album. Like when it first came out, I mean, it still is a fantastic album, but I love it more and more every day. Then for some reason, this one doesn't have a lyric booklet. Like, the duality of Rachel's CDs are looking really nice after 10 years, looking amazing, incredible, still very intact, very demure, very cutesy, as they say. And then we have this one that is just got a little bit of a crack in it, lost its lyric booklet. She's going through it. So we have two of the normal version. We have another one of the normal version as well. Then we have the deluxe version. We have another version of the deluxe version as well. I'm pretty sure I have another copy somewhere, but these are the ones we have with me so far. So on the normal version of 1989, the track list is Welcome to New York, Blank Space, Style, Out of the Woods, All You Had to Do Was Stay, Shake It Off, I Wish You Would, Bad Blood, Wildest Dreams, How You Get the Girl, This Love, I Know Places, and Clean. And then for the deluxe version, you've got the bonus tracks of Wonderland, You Are in Love, and New Romantics. And then you have the songwriting memos for I Know Places, I Wish You Would, and Blank Space. Now obviously you don't have those songwriting memos on the Taylor's version because they are songwriting memos, but you do have those bonus tracks on the Taylor's version. So yeah, I really love these. I love the fact that the cover's different for the deluxe version and the normal version as well. I think that is one thing I miss about the Taylor's versions, is having the difference between the deluxe version and the normal version. I kind of wish there was a deluxe Taylor's version and a normal Taylor's version. I know people would complain that they don't need two different versions, but I am a girly who I love variant collecting, what can I say? So it would be really cool for someone like me. But to be fair, 1989 is the best in terms of Taylor's version, in terms of collectibles, because obviously we have 4 different covers, which is so cool. So these are the ones I actually bought from Taylor's online store. There were 2 different versions of the CDs, and I actually only have one set of the CDs. I only have one version of it. I bought the ones from the store with the photos because it's kind of like a throwback to those original Polaroids that were in the original version of 1989, whereas these just have photos. They're definitely not as good quality, but it is still nice to have that throwback because like you don't really get CDs like with stuff like that really anymore as much in terms of for like US artists, so it is really cool to have that. But yeah, I love these. And then the other version was with a poster, so it's just with a normal poster, a double-sided one with some like handwritten lyrics on, like printed handwritten lyrics obviously. And I personally didn't get them because the CDs were the same size. From the outside they look completely the same, so I personally just opted to get the ones with the photos in. And these were only available on Taylor's online store. So as you can see, they got the little photos in there, you got the lyric booklet. The CD on this, I don't think I like it as much as the original, but other than that, I prefer the cover for this for the original. The back cover not so much because you cannot read that track list at all. It is very, very difficult to read. But what I do love about the track list is that it makes a 1989. Like, that's just so cool. I think she very much learned from the Midnight's era that if you have like collectible track lists like on the back and it makes like something, people will buy them. See the Midnight's clock. I bought the Midnight's clock before I even had the clock because I'm that person. So we've got the normal Crystal Skies. I think that's my favourite Taylor album cover ever. She looks so happy. This is the one Taylor's version cover that I was like the most nervous about because 1989 has such a special place in my heart. That original album cover has such a special place to me. Like, I grew up with that album cover, you know, I was 14 when this album originally came out. Like, it was so special to me. I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous. I was like, oh, what happens if I don't like it as much? But I did. I love it even more. And it's so cute. I'm not as big of a fan that she changed the theme from like New York skylines to beach. I know, like, obviously 1989 had a little bit of beach in it originally, but it was very much like New York City skyline stuff, and I kind of wish that was the theming of it. But I do still love these. I just personally would have preferred them if it was like New York skyline. I'm being honest in this video. We're being completely honest. So here we have the Sunset Boulevard Yellow, I believe it is. Which is so gorgeous. So again, same sort of situation with the CD, it's just like yellow, which is nice. I like that it's all on theme, but I think I prefer the original for that. And they all have exactly the same tracks. So on the vinyl, the Tangerine version, which was the Target exclusive, that has a different track on. So that has Sweeter Than Fiction Taylor's version on it. But these CDs don't have Sweeter Than Fiction Taylor's version on it. It's only the vinyl that has that. So that is the Rose Garden Pink. That's my favourite in terms of the like colour of it. But my favourite cover is still the original, kind of the Crystal Skies Blue one. And then we have this one as well, this Aquamarine Green. So it just would have been really cool if these covers were like New York City themed. But I understand. I know people have their own opinions on this, and I have my opinion. And my opinion is obviously correct. No, I'm kidding, don't worry. Or am I? Yeah, so these are the 1989 Taylor's version copies that I have. I love them so much. They're so gorgeous. Now let me read the track list. Okay, so we've got all the ones. You already know all the tracks that are on it. It's gone up to New Romantics. It's all the same as the deluxe version, so I only have to read the From the Vault. So we have a word beginning with S that I won't say out here, but someone on here, they might not be on here, but someone gave my mother a bracelet that said that word. My mother. Terrible. Terrible. So we have that one, Say Don't Go, Now That We Don't Talk, Suburban Legends, and Is It Over Now? And interestingly, none of these have collabs on them. There was a rumour that the S one had a collab with Matty Healy of the 1975. I don't believe it. Maybe I'm just choosing not to believe it for my own sake of mind, but I don't believe it. But it is interesting that the other Taylor's versions have collabs and these ones don't, I think, but who knows. And then we also have the Japanese version as well, so similar to the Speak Now Taylor's version. It's so gorgeous. We've got a little guitar pick that comes with it. They just do such a good job. It's got all of the same tracks and everything on it. It's got the normal lyric booklet, but the lyric booklet's bigger to fit the size of this, because obviously it's cardboard rather than like a jewel case, and it's the size of a 7-inch vinyl essentially. And then it also has a like plain just white lyric booklet with the translation into Japanese as well. But it is so gorgeous. They just do such a good job, the Japanese versions, so we really love them. And they are all of my copies of 1989 and 1989 Taylor's version. Let me know in the comments what your favourite like variant cover is of 1989 Taylor's version. I think mine will have to be the Crystal Skies Blue, which is this one here. But the other ones are still really gorgeous, but I think I would have loved them even more if they had a New York City skyline. But I am very much kind of like a city girly, so maybe that's why. Maybe if I was more of like a beach girl. I do like the beach, but sand gets everywhere, you know? Sound like Anakin Skywalker. If you know, you know. We just had a little lunch break, so I can prepare myself to do some more showing you CDs. It's exhausting work, you know. I mean, it's not. It's a lot of fun. And also, I'm getting to organise them on my shelf because they've currently just kind of been in random album order from like when I've done like TikToks about random albums and then I just shoved them in. It's nice to have them organised again. But because there's a lot of Torture Poets, spoilers, they don't actually fit in like the space I used to have them, so I'm kind of trying to like figure out what to do. So as you can see, I've not got enough space for my vinyl, so they're having to go on my shelf. And like I also have a lot of books as well, so like we're gonna have to kind of move things around, but that's a future project. Anyway, Reputation. So these are the CD versions of Reputation I have. I also have the Reputation magazines, which also include the CD, but I'm not gonna lie to you all, they're under my bed and my room is a mess, so I don't want to have to like go under my bed to find them. I've done full videos about the Reputation magazines if you want to check them out, but I also have the Reputation magazines and then we have these. So obviously there is no Reputation Taylor's version yet, but this is what it looks like. So it came with like a poster and then you've just got Reputation. There was no like deluxe version of Reputation. The only really like deluxe kind of thing you've got is those magazines, but they don't include any like proper extra tracks or anything like that. You know, no explanation, Reputation, all that drama. So this is what Reputation looks like. I love the theming of Reputation, you know, like the newspaper. I just think they've done such a fantastic job. So here it just has like Taylor Swift, but beneath the CD, so you know, one of my favourites of the album, it just says Taylor Swift over and over again. The CD is Taylor's eye. The album cover, it's all black and white. It is a really, really gorgeous album. I'm really curious to see how she's going to do this for Taylor's version, because obviously for 1969 she changed it from like a city kind of theme to a beach theme. My theory for Reputation Taylor's version is that she's going to change the newspaper theme to like a magazine. I feel like that would be really, really cool, because obviously we have the Rep magazines, but obviously like the CD and stuff, it's all newspaper themed, and because she's kind of changing things up a little bit so it's not exactly the same, that'd be quite cool. But obviously I'll be happy with like anything. I do hope it's just as edgy though. I am nervous for this album cover. I'm nervous for the Reputation Taylor's version album cover, just because this cover's so iconic, but I'm definitely excited for it as well. It's like a nervous excitement, because like you shouldn't doubt Taylor Swift, as we've seen from like the Taylor's version, from like Fearless Taylor's version onwards. She has put a lot of effort in. Once she realised it was more than just like a passion project and the fans were going to support this, a lot of effort has been put into like these CDs and stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Let me know your theories about what the Reputation Taylor's version cover would look like. Maybe it will be kind of similar, but instead of Taylor Swift, it'll say Taylor's version. I think there are a lot of interesting things that they could do with this. Next up we have Lover. So these are all of my versions of Lover. Now Lover is Taylor's first album that she owns, so we will not be getting a Taylor's version of this. But we do love Lover in this house. So first up we have the Me CD single. This is what it looked like. It came out when Me first came out. And when Me came out, they also had a signed insert. So what was advertised on the website for $5 was a signed like Me CD single. But essentially some people did get that signed Me CD single, but for the vast majority of people, they upgraded that to a Lover signed lyric booklet. So it's not the Lover CD people got, it's just the lyric booklet that they got. So they got this CD here. It's pretty basic, it's a CD single, so there's not much in it, but it is different to the CD single that's the red one, because that's more in like a cardboard, whereas this is in a jewel case, and I definitely prefer a jewel case because they're better for like displaying, but it is pretty basic. Not a lot of effort has like really been put into it, because again it is just a CD single, but the disc is quite cute for it, and the CD, like the single cover's cute as well. And then Lover, I've got the signed insert there, but this signed insert obviously just came with this. I have the normal insert as well. The Lover CD I got was actually in the Lover box set. So I got the Lover box set. This was actually my first ever unboxing video, was the Lover box set. So I got this all the way back in 2019. It came with like a tote bag. It came with little like temporary tattoos. So yeah, if you want to check that out, I'll put the description. I'll put it in the link in the description. If you want to check that out, but it's honestly surprisingly good quality. Like it's better quality than you'd expect, definitely. So that is the CD that I got in, and now obviously I've just put the lyric booklet inside of the jewel case that I got in that. So that is that, and then we also have all 4 of the Lover journals. I really love what she did like with Lover. I think the Lover journals are such a nice touch. I would have preferred it maybe if the clouds were different colours. As I've said, I do variant collect, and I really like it when the variants have different colours, different covers, sorry. Obviously it does have different colours in terms of like where the number is. This is number 1, so it's like this kind of like teal turquoisey kind of colour, and then the additional things on this, so you've got the track list, which is I Forgot That You Existed, Cruel Summer, Lover, The Man, The Archer, I Think He Knows, Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, Paper Rings, Cornelia Street, Death by a Thousand Cuts, London Boy, Soon You'll Get Better featuring the Dixie Chicks, because as of time of recording they were called the Dixie Chicks, they are now just called the Chicks. Then we have False God, You Need to Calm Down, Afterglow, Me featuring Brendan Urie, Panic at the Disco, It's Nice to Have a Friend, and Daylight. And then you've got Taylor's songwriting memos from I Forgot That You Existed and Lover. So that is what's included extra on these little journals, and they are really, really beautiful. They are really cute. I do just wish that they were slightly different, maybe even just have the colour of like the dip dye on her hair even different. It'd be really cool, but I do still really love them. They are really great, and I have done a video on this if you want to check that out as well, rather than me going into detail too much on this video, because we want to kind of keep it somewhat short. I know the video has not been short, but we want to kind of not make it too long. And for people curious, like, where's the CD in this? The CD is on the back. So once you open the back cover, it comes with the lyric booklet, but it also comes with the CD. The Lover CD is probably one of my favourite Taylor CDs, just because of like the clouds. It's just so pretty. I really like it. And then the lyric booklet is just the same as the normal jewel case lyric booklet. But it is cool that it comes with that lyric booklet. I really like that. So they are all the versions of Lover I have. I definitely wish there was more like different variants in terms of the covers, but I do still really love her. I love the pink aestheticness of it because as a pink girly, it's very much me. Next up we have Folklore! So obviously we all love Folklore in this house. Folklore came out during the pandemic and everything. There were so many different versions, 8 different covers of Folklore released. It is such a beautiful album. Unfortunately, like, there's not really a proper deluxe version. Obviously, you've got the Lakes, but it is very, very similar. But what I do love about the Folklore is that they have different covers basically, and the CDs are different. So the normal version that you will see basically all the time is the In the Trees version. This is the cover of the album, both the deluxe and normal. All of the CDs I do believe though are the deluxe, so all of the CDs include that bonus tracks, the Lakes. That's what I don't really like as much, but that is what that looks like. So I'll show you this one. There, so this is the front cover, this is the back cover. The album track list is as follows: The One, Cardigan, The Last Kit American Dynasty, Exile featuring Bon Iver, My Tears Ricochet, Mirrorball, 7, August, This Is Me Trying, Illicit Affairs, Invisible String, Mad Woman, Epiphany, Betty, Peace, Hoax, and the bonus track The Lakes, which is the same on all the different versions. So you open it up. I'm not a huge fan of the fact the CD is just the same as the actual like cover of the version you've got, but other than that it is still really cute, and we do love Folklore. It is a really, really beautiful album. Probably not my favourite album cover just because it's like black and white. I do kind of like a colourful one, but it is still really, really beautiful. We also have the signed version with almost a heart. Almost. It's more of a triangle, but it was so close. I don't know the names of these variants off the top of my head, and they don't actually say them anywhere on there. I believe this is the Running Like Water one, so I know a couple of them. But yeah, they are just such gorgeous CDs. You can't knock them. They are just so beautiful, and they are all different as well, which I just really, really love that. I think this is the Meet Me Behind the Mall one, but I could be, oh no. Is this the Meet Me Behind the Mall one? I think this is the Meet Me Behind the Mall one. I get confused between these two because I feel like, I know when you have them side by side they look different, but in my head they look really similar. But we'll just open this one up because I can't, honestly. I'd have to get it up, but we'll try to keep this video short, so you'll have to tell me what the different covers are. This is this one. Again, all of the same tracks, but it is different on all of them, which I really love. This is Meet Me Behind the Mall, so this is like the Target version. Oopsie daisy. This is like the Target version, so in the US there were 2 different versions of this released on vinyl. They had the like greyish bluish like vinyl, I think, and then they had the red vinyl, which is the Target exclusive, and obviously she is damaged. She's a damaged girly, it's me. If there's one thing about me, I'll have a broken CD case. We got another one there. I think this is the Hide and Seek variant. And then we have another of Meet Me Behind the Mall. This one isn't damaged, so I can show you this one. She's just so gorgeous, and there's just been so much effort put into these in terms of all the different covers, which I really, really like. And the fact the back cover is different as well. Just a lot of, we love it. We love it here. I do love the Folklore photo shoot. It kind of reminds me of the Red Taylor's version. No, sorry. It reminds me of the Red photo shoot, I think, just because there's so many different photos that you can see from this photo shoot. So that's why it kind of reminds me of Red. Like the original version of Red, I swear you are just always discovering new photos from that photo shoot, which I just absolutely love. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Folklore. It is such a beautiful album. One day I will collect all the vinyl. I don't have all the vinyl. I only have 2 of the vinyl. So I have the In the Trees variant and the Meet Me Behind the Mall, the like greyish variant. I don't have the Target one, and they are just so beautiful. I wish they would re-release those because they were like limited, and I didn't collect vinyl when they first came out, so and now they go for like $2.50. And I don't want to pay $2.50 for a vinyl of album that I already have all of the songs to, but it is really pretty, so I'm like, oh, maybe. I don't need it. Okay, so I know this is like really, really funny. So you've just seen how many copies of Folklore I have. This is how many copies of Evermore I have. I just want to say I love Evermore. This is not my fault that there's only 2, like, well, only 1 cover of Evermore. Obviously Folklore had 8 different covers. Evermore has 1. Evermore didn't even get like a full like photo shoot compared to Folklore. The Evermore photo shoot was kind of reused as well for Red Taylor's version, but I love Evermore. If there was more versions of it, I would have got more versions. I only have 1 version because there's only 1 cover. And I also prefer the Folklore cover to it. I know, Evermore, I'm so sorry. But what I do like is that the CD is different than the album cover. That's quite cool. And then that bit behind the CD is just like some trees. It's very much, it's Folklore's autumnal sister. We love Evermore, we do. It is a beautiful, beautiful album. The track list on Evermore is Willow, Champagne Problems, Gold Rush, 'Tis the Damn Season, Tolerate It, Nobody No Crime featuring Haim. I swear, I used to pronounce it like Haim, and then I pronounced it Haim, and I think I just never pronounced it correctly. I can only apologise. Happiness, Dorothea, Coney Island featuring The National, Ivy, Cowboy Like Me, Long Story Short, Marjorie, Closure, and Evermore featuring Bon Iver. Then the bonus tracks, which are on all of the CDs. I don't think you can get a Evermore CD without the bonus tracks, same for Folklore. You've got Right Where You Left Me and It's Time to Go. And then I also have the signed version as well, because she did release some signed versions on her website, and this is what my one looks like. Girly clearly had a very, very tired hand. But we do love Evermore. I do just want to stress, it's not me who doesn't love it, it's Taylor. She does say how much she loves it on the tour though, before she does like Champagne Problems, but it's very sad there was only one album cover, and that we never got like an Evermore Long Pond studio sessions. We needed one. The things I would have done for like a Right Where You Left Me, kind of like with Jack and just being incredible, and Aaron, and just them playing and just doing amazingness, it would have been really cool. But alas, then we have Midnights. So I do really love Midnights, and what I love about Midnights, I know some people hated this, but I love the clock. I love the fact that the like back cover is different and that it makes a clock. I think it's really cool. Can we do it with my hands now? Let's give it a good go. There we go. I love it. I know some people don't, but I do. I think that's really cool and edgy that it makes a clock. I think it's cool, but I do understand people's issue with it. I do want to say, like, I understand, but also I think it's really cool. Okay, so Midnights, what have we got? We've just got a Moonstone Blue. This is sealed because it came in the Capital One box and I already had one, so we've just got a sealed one there. And if you are curious what's on the back of the Moonstone Blue, it's half of 12, 1, 2, and then half of 3 in terms of on the clock. Then we have another Moonstone Blue, and this is actually the sign one. Taylor released sign ones on her website. This is like the first time she did sign inserts rather than a signed album cover, and to be completely honest, I definitely prefer a signed album cover, especially because it's got a lot of white space on here. A signature would have looked gorgeous. I understand doing like signed inserts, but I definitely really wish it was a signed album cover, I will admit. But I absolutely love the CDs for this. I love that the CDs look like vinyl. They look so beautiful. There's been so much effort put in both the Midnight CDs and the Midnights vinyl. They're probably some of Taylor's best vinyl that she has, best CD and vinyl. And when I recommend like any kind of Taylor like album to anyone, if they want to like purchase any of them, I always recommend our version of Midnight, just because of how much effort's been put into it and just how gorgeous it is. And obviously it's just such a fantastic album. I definitely think it's a very underrated Taylor album. I think a lot of people kind of forget about it. I think because Speak Now, Taylor's version didn't come out that long after, and it's kind of like in the middle of the re-recordings. I think it's been forgotten about a little bit, but I love Midnights. And I think on the tour it gets forgotten about because it's just after the surprise songs. People are leaving to get like early to get their train and stuff. So I think Midnights is underrated. I know it got a Grammy, but I still think it's underrated. Then we have the Jade Green version. I love the Jade Green version. And this is another one of the signed ones. And the CD for this is so gorgeous as well. Just because you've just got this gorgeous, it looks like the vinyl. It's so cool. And I love the Midnight album cover. I love the aesthetic of it. It's so beautiful. Mahogany, I like the Mahogany CD. So when I open this up, you'll see this little signed insert. The Mahogany CD is gorgeous. It's that deep mahogany color. Mahogany, you know, like wood. But if you've ever watched any of my vinyl videos, I talk a lot about the Midnight's Mahogany vinyl as Taylor's worst vinyl, because instead of this deep, beautiful mahogany color, it's yellow. It's yellow with some like swirls in, and I'm not a hater, but for that vinyl I am. Then we have the Blood Moon one. Blood Moon is gorgeous on vinyl and CD. But that is one perk of the CDs, is that you're always going to get this like uniform kind of design because it's printed on rather than pressed. Whereas with the vinyl, because it's pressed, that's the sign insert for this one as well. They all had different sign inserts, but I just wish it had been the lyric booklet. Yeah, so basically I was like, what did I was even saying? Because they're pressed, and especially when it's like marble pressing, they definitely don't always look as good, because some people can get amazing marble pressings and others can get the worst thing you've ever seen. So that's kind of the risk you get with vinyl, but you can also get like gorgeous, gorgeous vinyl as well. So it's kind of like is it worth the risk? Sometimes yes. Then we have the lavender version. This was the Target exclusive in the US, but it was also available in the UK at HMV, and it looks like this. It's so gorgeous. No signed versions were released of this, so this is just what this one looks like. And you've got the bonus tracks on this. So you've got Hits Different, You're On Your Own Kid Strings Remix, and Sweet Nothing Piano Remix. And in terms of the album track list on Midnights, you've got Lavender Haze, Maroon, Anti-Hero, Snow on the Beach, You're On Your Own Kid, Midnight Rain, Question, Vigilante, Bejeweled, Labyrinth, Karma, Sweet Nothing, and Mastermind. And the reason I read that track list out then is because we then have the Midnight's Late Night Edition. So I have two different versions of Midnight Late Night Edition. First up, I have this version. This is the version that was sold at the merch stands in the US. I believe it was only sold at the US leg after MetLife, so from the MetLife shows onwards it was sold, but I don't believe it was sold at any of the international dates. I did obviously go to the dates in Europe and they did not have it there, but they did have the Torture Poets Department vinyl there if you particularly wanted to buy a vinyl at a merch stand. I don't know anyone who would do that because surely it would get damaged when you go to the concert, but you could buy it there, but they didn't have this. Now what I love about this is what I said in terms of Midnights. So with Midnights, you'll see they all have different bits of the clock on the back. But for the Lavender edition, it's the exact same bit of the clock as the Moonstone Blue. The only difference is the colour. So you can see this has got like a lavender haze to it, and the numbers are also in purple compared to the Moonstone Blue where it's in blue. What I really would have loved with this, it was essentially a deluxe edition. I would have really loved if they had the entire clock on the back of there. So for people who didn't want to collect all 4 variants, they could still have one CD where it would have the entire clock on the back. I think that would have been nice. And it also would have had like a different back cover for people who did variant collect as well. So I think that would have been really nice. But they did do an entire clock on the back of the Late Night Edition, which was the version that was released at the tour. It was also released on the US store as well, I believe just before Christmas. So this is not got like a proper lyric booklet, so it does just have like a big poster, but the poster is double-sided and it includes the album cover as well. So I personally have just kept the poster in here. But what I love about this is the back of the CD. So as I said, like the back of where the CD is, once you remove that CD, it's this gorgeous picture of Taylor on tour. I just think it's so fantastic. I really love this as well. So it's very, very similar to the other Midnight CDs where the inner bit is dark. Obviously it's the Late Night Edition. And then you've got that entire clock on the back with Taylor in the lavender haze coat on the tour. So, in terms of the track list for the Late Night Edition, you've got all of those first few tracks from Lavender Haze to Mastermind. Then the late night tracks include The Great War, Bigger Than the Whole Sky, High Infidelity, Would've, Could've, Should've, Dear Reader, You're Losing Me from the Vault, Snow on the Beach featuring more Lana Del Rey, and Karma featuring Ice Spice. So this is the longest version of Midnights you can currently get on CD. It's not available on vinyl. There's no official vinyl of the Late Night Edition. So if you do find one, obviously it's a bootleg. There is no official CD or vinyl for the 3 AM edition as well, or the Till Dawn edition. A lot of people mistake this as the Till Dawn version. The Till Dawn version is different because it doesn't have You're Losing Me, and it's a streaming service only one. It may have been released online as well, but it was a digital one, whereas the Late Night Edition is the physical one of it, for anyone curious. Then I also have the Japanese version of this, so it has got all those same tracks. And in terms of the poster, because obviously it's not a jewel case, so it doesn't need like the cover going inside it essentially. The poster that comes with this is separate, so you can still display this and have the cover intact essentially, and the poster is actually bigger. So rather than the poster being this spread out 6, so basically it's this times 6, it's this size times 6, so it's a lot bigger. It's also double-sided, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it is still really good that you can get that poster and still keep the front of the album cover essentially. So those are all of my versions of Midnights, and I believe these are all the versions of Midnights actually on CD that are available. In terms of just general versions. I definitely really would like a 3 AM version of this. I love Midnight so much. I love the aesthetic of Midnight, so maybe one day they will release a 3 AM version. I mean, I know we're still hoping for the anthology as well for Torture Poets, so fingers crossed one day, because it's quite sad that there are just so many tracks on Midnights that are kind of almost forgotten, because there are so many different versions that you don't know what track is on each version essentially. So it would be nice just to have the Midnights complete version and then release that on vinyl and CD as well. Like say if they were going to release like a Taylor Swift like mega vinyl collection, to have each of the different vinyl to include all of the tracks that are included on that album. So for Torture Poets to include all those anthology tracks, and for Midnights to include all those 3 AM tracks as well as the late night tracks and everything. Yeah, Okay, we've yapped a lot about Midnights, but I love Midnights. It's underrated. One we've got the most of, and it's the most recent. So the Torture Post Department is Taylor's most recent album as of time of recording, and there are a lot of different CDs for this. It is probably the most CD variants of any Taylor album. There are also a lot of digital versions that people were very mad about online, because obviously it did help her chart position, but if you read up about it, you'll actually have found she still would have remained #1 even if she hadn't released those digital versions. Now, personally for me, I collect CDs, I collect physical media, I collect vinyl, I collect CDs. I do not collect the digital versions. I did not purchase any of these digital versions. If they had a physical cover and they had a physical thing, then yes, but I'm not a fan of digital versions. Because I feel like someone was going to be like, oh, there's so many different versions. And yes, there are a lot of CDs that you can buy if you personally want to buy them, but there is no pressure to buy any of these things. If you want to listen to particular tracks that you can only get on certain ones, in terms of the bonus tracks that are on the different normal versions of Torture Poets, they are all on the anthology. And in terms of these acoustic versions, people do upload them. Pretty much as soon as these CDs come out, people will upload them. So there are ways to listen to them without purchasing the album. I do not want people to feel like you have to purchase all of these albums to become a real fan. That is not the case. I'm just someone who personally collects them. I also make videos on them as well, and like obviously people are going to be more interested in the videos when I have all the different versions so I can show you the difference between them all. So like that is personally why I think it's kind of a good investment for me personally, but it may not be a good investment for you. So please do not feel any pressure to buy all of these different ones. You are not any more or less of a fan because you have bought all these different variants, because there are a few of this. So obviously this stands for all of the CDs as well. Normally I start off with these CDs collection videos with this, but I've just done that on the past few ones, so I just thought I'd wait until this section because this is the new bit. But yeah, I really want to stress that. I also want to stress that I know people will disagree with me buying multiple copies of different Taylor albums and stuff, whether it's in the past or recently, but I mean all these previous ones I've been collecting for over 10 years. These ones are obviously very recent, but again, I'm a big Taylor fan. I'm a collector of these Taylor Swift things. People collect all sorts of things from Funko Pops to like playing cards, those sort of things, and I think it's completely okay for people to collect whatever they wish to collect, and it's their own personal choice. Taylor Swift is not brainwashing me to buy these things. I have bought them on my own personal accord. I do not buy everything she ever releases, as you can see by the fact I never buy those digital versions, but even if you do, that's completely okay. It is your money. You are free to do whatever you want with your own money. Okay, now we've got that out of the way because I had some very annoyed people in some of my other Torture Poets videos. Let's talk about the different versions. So first up we have the manuscript. So there are 4 kind of different versions really, the main kind of versions of Torture Poets released on CD. So we have the manuscript, the Black Dog, the Albatross and the Bolter. The manuscript being the normal version. So the manuscript, this is the cover that you are going to see on social media. This is the cover you're going to see when you stream this normal version of the album. So we've got a couple, we've got 3 sealed ones. Honestly, I don't really know why we've got 3 sealed ones, because I know I did buy signed versions for my friends, so I feel like maybe that's why, and they weren't like that fussed about the CD, so I think that's they were just like keep the CD, so I was like, well, fine. So I just have 3 sealed versions of it for some unknown reason, but they are very gorgeous. We love the CD. It's nice to have the collection, but honestly I couldn't even tell you either. I think another reason is because I ordered the CD from the website, but it was delayed and I wanted to do an unboxing video the day it came out, so I went to HMV and bought one and then opened that one, and then the other one came because it was too late to cancel the order and I just kept it essentially. Then we have this version, so this is the one I unboxed, and this is the signed insert that came where it was outside of the packaging, that's why it's still sealed. So it just looks like this, and normally I don't put them in the front of the album cover, but simply just because I already have this album cover out, I've just put it on the front of the album cover, whereas normally I don't do that. I kind of want a frame, but I've just not got around to it. This version includes the poster, so this is the version from HMV that'll include the poster. You'll have seen there's 2 different kind of versions of this. There are the collector's edition and then there's this edition. Normally I don't, so as I said with 1989, I normally only get the one from Taylor's website, which includes more kind of goodies and stuff. So in 1989 I got the photo one rather than the poster one, but because the Torture Poets Department one is very different, so as you can see it is a very different size, that is why I decided to purchase both this time, whereas ordinarily if it was just a poster I normally wouldn't buy it, but I did buy it because of the difference in size, which some people, careful, I normally buy it because of the difference in size. I know for some people that will make no sense, but for me personally it does. So we've got the normal CD here. The track list is Fortnight featuring Post Malone, The Torture Poets Department, My Boy Only Breaks His Favourite Toys, Down Bad, So Long London, But Daddy I Love Him, Fresh Out the Slammer, Florida featuring Florence and the Machine, Guilty as Sin, Who's afraid of little old me? I can fix him. No, really, I can. LOML. I could do it with a broken heart. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, The Alchemy, and Clara Bow. So they are all of the normal tracks on the album, and then the additional track for this particular version is the manuscript. Then I also have the collector's edition. So the collector's edition, it features the same thing as the main CD, so it's got the CD and the lyric booklet, but the bit that makes it, why it's extra chunky, the CD case, is because of the artifacts. So the artifacts in it includes, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I did a full video on this. Again, I'll link it down below if you want me to do like an in-depth one, just to kind of keep this video shorter. We've got the manuscript patch, the bookmark, manuscript magnet, and 4 photo cards, and that just fits in there. So that is the collector's edition for the manuscript. Then we have the Bolter. So the Bolter is a slightly different variant in terms of the cover and the colour of everything on it. So this is just the normal version, and this includes all of the tracks from Fortnight till Clara Bow, but the bonus track on this is the Bolter. So you've got the different back cover there, you've got the different coloured CD, and it also has a different double-sided poster inside too. Then you have the collector's edition, so same sort of thing where it's got the CD inside, the lyric booklet, and then on the other side of this double CD, you've also got then the artifacts, which are different because they match the Bolter rather than the manuscript. And then you have the Albatross, you're going to see this very similar theme here. We've got the normal edition, this is the version that I got from HMV that has the poster in them. Then we also have the collector's edition, which has the CD in the front and then also the lyric booklet in the front, and then in the back it also has those artifacts, because obviously as you can see it's a double CD, it's a big CD, but it does just have all of the same tracks. So this has all the same tracks from Fortnight till Clara Bow, and then obviously the bonus track on this one is the Albatross. Then last but not least, in terms of these original kind of 4 that were released on Taylor's website, you have these. This is the Black Dog. This is not the anthology. People see the Black Dog vinyl. I haven't even doing it now. The Black Dog vinyl in the background of some of my videos. I'm like, how do you get the anthology on vinyl? It's different. They just have the same picture of Taylor on the front, but as you can see, it just says Torture Post Department. It does not say the anthology. So this is not the anthology. There is currently no official physical versions of the anthology on CD, cassette, or vinyl. It's only available right now on the streaming services. So this is just the normal version of the Black Dog. So you've got that poster, you've got that CD, and then you've also got the collector's version as well. So in the front of this, you've got the CD and then the lyric booklet, and then on the back, you've got those artifacts. And I definitely agree. I wish this had a different cover to the anthology. It is a really, really beautiful cover, but it's sad, I think, that 2 different versions of the album have the exact same cover, essentially. Like, it is that same picture of Taylor, it's still that kind of same colour theme. It would have been really nice, because there are a lot of photos from this photo shoot, to have made a different cover for the anthology, especially if they go on to release a physical version of it eventually, maybe. And last but not least, we have these like special kind of versions. So only 2 of these were actually released on the UK store. The other ones, my lovely friend Joy got me from America, and then when we stayed together in London for the Eras tour, she brought them over. So shout out to Joy. So first up, we have the Fortnight CD single. I have 2 of these because they released it first on the US store, but then they also released it on the UK store like a while afterwards, and I basically got my friend to buy it me from the US store because I thought it was going to be a US store exclusive. When they released it on the UK, it was £1.99. I thought it may be slightly different, so I bought both. It is the exact same, so once it came, I just unboxed one of them and kept one of them sealed. It's the Fortnight CD single, so it is just 1 track on this, and rather than having a lyric booklet, it's just got this one little piece of paper, but it was only £1.99, so I can't really complain. And it does have a really cute photo of Taylor and Post on the front of there. So we've got 2 of that CD single. The next one that was released on the Taylor's UK store was this one, which includes But Daddy I Love Him acoustic version. Now, this is the acoustic version, kind of like the Speak Now acoustic versions, where it's essentially the exact same vocal, but the backing is different. So like the backing like track is different. So it's almost like a remix. So I know people were sad that they weren't getting like this different kind of version. It's not on streaming, but I'm not gonna lie to you all, it is kind of exactly the same. Like it's not different enough for people to kind of be too sad about it. Like, it was a cheaper CD because I think it was only maybe $6.99 because it doesn't have like a lyric booklet inside, but it does have the rest of the tracks. So it does have all the tracks on this from Fortnight till Clara Bow, and the bonus track is But Daddy I Love Him acoustic version, which is essentially kind of a remix, I must admit. It's not like a full different version of the song, if that makes sense. Then we have this one. This is one, I think this is my favourite like Torture Post Department cover. I love this because it's like the picture of Taylor and Post from the music video. So this is the Fortnight acoustic version, so same sort of situation, exact same vocals, just a different kind of like backing bit in the back. But I just love this one so much. This was only released on the US store, so my lovely friend Joy brought this back from America when we stayed together. So this includes all of the same tracks from Fortnight till Clara Bow and the extra song is the bonus track is Fortnite featuring Post Malone acoustic version. So that is this one. I've not unboxed them yet, so once I'll do a full unboxing video of these so people can see them. Then we have another acoustic version, so we've got another version of Taylor there. So again, all the same tracks, but the bonus track on this is fresh out of the Slammer acoustic version, and you've got the same sort of situation here where it is, again, it's the same vocals. Then we have the Down Bad acoustic version. Now some of these have a crack because they came over from America, so this time I can't be blamed for them, but obviously I'm very appreciative that I still have them, because like cracks are only the CD case. As long as the actual CD and like all of the paper bits inside are fine, I'm not fussed. But I promise, maybe not buy the next CD collection, maybe the one after that, I will get plain CD cases. I just need to find somewhere that just has loads of them for really cheap, but like they're just plain ones, because I have so many where like I've looked and then they have like it's like a cloudy bit there, or like it's got like a logo or something, and I don't want that. I just want like a normal plain CD. But yeah, this is the Down Bad acoustic version, so same tracks, that it just says Down Bad acoustic. And then last but not least, of all the CDs, we've done it. I'm so proud of us, but we have the Guilty as Sin acoustic version, and that is what this one looks like. So all those same tracks, then you've just got Guilty as Sin acoustic. And they're all my Taylor Swift CDs. So that is my most updated CD collection. I hope you've liked this video. It has been requested, so thank you so much for everyone who requested it. It makes me feel very loved that people actually want to watch my videos enough that they will request to see more of me. I'm very surprised about that, but it is really, really cool. If you want to check out my last CD collection for whatever reason, I'll put it in the description below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions about any of them, please let me know, because I do these kind of CD videos to show people what the CDs are like for people who don't particularly want to collect them or can't collect them, they don't have these in their country, anything like that. I want to make these videos to kind of show you everything about these CDs so you can kind of see what it's like and see like the little kind of details on them that I think are really cool. So just if you've got any questions, no matter how silly you think they are, please feel free to ask them about the CDs, and I'm more than happy to do my absolute best to answer them. I hope you've liked this video. This has been a collection growing over 10 plus years now, and I'm very proud of this collection. It's really nice. I don't really collect anything else apart from obviously Taylor Swift vinyl, but it is nice to kind of have all these CDs. Everyone always asks me the question, which do you prefer, CDs or vinyl? And the controversial opinion I have is CD. I know vinyl can look prettier and stuff, and obviously because they're bigger, they're really cool. There's better collectible ones, there's rarer ones and stuff. But you look at these, and I've just been collecting these for years. Like, I grew up with CDs rather than vinyl, so it is nice to have these things that I grew up with, and I just really, really love them. So yeah, let me know in the comments which you prefer, CDs or vinyl. I feel like most people are going to say vinyl, but we may have some CD lovers here. Let me know in the comments. And for people, before you ask, because I know it's coming, yes, I'll do an updated vinyl collection video as well. Because I know it's what the people want, and I'll give the people what they want. If you've got any other video requests, please put them in the comments, because the more you do it, the more I see that people want to do it and they like want to see it. So I will make time to make these videos. So let me know. Thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world if you watched it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It helps me out so, so much. And if you like this video, please leave a like. Again, it helps me out so, so much. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching once again. And as always, have a great day.